Members of our forum are indeed very grateful, and grateful to Almighty God because we met him in good health and he is feeling very strong. The party is doing well, and what are the affairs that I'm supposed to discuss with him? Apart from that, the party is strong and we continue to work hard for the party to be stronger. God, Almighty God, giving us the grace.
He has been a father, a leader, and a statesman. And of course, not only Progressive Governors Forum, many Nigerians have come here before us, and we can say that we have been extremely happy with the way he has been advising people, being supportive to our own party and to our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The Vice President Atiku Abubakar thought we should come and greet him for Salah. I wasn't in the country during Salah, so I joined him, and we've done that. That's it.
Don't I have a right to be friends to anybody again, whether political or non-political? They're all my friends.
Considering the situation that is making the rounds, that you are almost on your way to the other political party.
No,
Can you tell Nigerians precisely that that is not true?
No, all what I can say is that, there is an attempt by, the major political parties to come together and form a strong opposition.
I will say this is part of the visit.
No.
Promise to be briefing him from time to time concerning the group that came to see him. That is not of concern to us. This is just history trying to repeat itself. They won't have a joint venture which will not work, because from what we have seen, there are just some particles that cannot come together, as you can see. So it's a game. We will not reveal our intrigues, technicalities on how to handle it, but we assure you we are equal to the task.
Considering the progress the president has made is very, very encouraging, and it has made our party much stronger. And we assure you, even though we are talking of 21 states, but we are eyeing other states that will come into our fold. Either the governors themselves will come, or we go for election and we defeat them so that we increase our tally.
Join any of the groups going to see the former president? Of course, he's your very close friend and ally. Did you join any of the groups to go and see him, former President Buhari in Kaduna?
No, I did not join any group because I belong to APC. So I don't belong to any group. I belong to APC President Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Is it the CPC and APC?
Absolutely, the CPC and APC.
And recently that CPC thing has been becoming more prominent now. Well, just as the ACN group also becoming more visible.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about actually, because if you're talking of CPC group, I am certainly one of the leaders. Certainly, without doubt. But I can tell you there is nothing called CPC group that is against APC. So we're APC, simple. CPC, it's defunct. So we're APC.
Just that when we see PDP elements, SDP elements also come to confer with the former president.
Exactly. So
we begin to work.
Well, I think that's they are looking for relevance. We don't need to look for relevance with the former President Buhari. He's part of us. APC made him president for 8 years, and he has said it categorically that he belongs to the party, he will work for the party, he's quite close to the president. And so, to us, we feel good that, yes, the same person whom they called all sorts of names, all sorts of things, they said against former president. Now, look at them going there in droves. So, it's really an endorsement to President Bola Tinubu. Anybody that goes to see President Buhari, former President Buhari, is the total 100% endorsement of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
What do you mean by that?
What I'm saying, because former President Muhammadu Buhari is 100% for Bola Tinubu. So anybody that goes to him is probably going to tell him that, well, I think we now totally agree with you that we're going to go with your choice. And what is his choice?
What some
Tinubu is his choice.
What some people are telling us is that even in 2023, Buhari did not stand solidly behind Tinubu.
It is not true.
That his first body language was towards Ahmed Lawan, but though it didn't sail through.
No, but it's not true. It's not true. I think I'm in the right place to tell you if it is so. It's not true. Former President Buhari was 100% for Tinubu. I mean, we are his foot soldiers, and so if there is anything like that, we will know. And we worked for Tinubu. We will continue to work for him. By the grace of God, Tinubu will continue to be president in 2027.
So where did that Ahmed Lawan thing came from with the former chairman of APC, former governor of Nasarawa State?
Well, I think it started from him. So probably he's the best person you should ask for. But certainly not from former President Muhammadu Buhari.
He wasn't involved in?
At all. At all. Buhari never endorsed any other person but Tinubu. Look, he was the president at that time. So if he had wanted somebody else, he would have come out to say so. And you would have probably seen us running around for any other person. I mean, it's Tinubu and it's Tinubu. And with Tinubu till death do us part politically.
So you said 2027 President Tinubu will win
Inshallah.
a re-election?
Inshallah. Inshallah. By the grace of God, he will win the election.
You're saying so with so much confidence?
Absolutely. Because look, to me, what you call connivance of the elites, that's exactly what's happening when you talk about SDP or the PDP coming together. You see, unfortunately for us, I am so saddened that there is no opposition in this country. They simply don't oppose anymore. When we were in the opposition, we brought this country to stand still. We opposed the government, and we want them to come and oppose us. So it's so embarrassing. They are running all over the place to our own President Buhari. So you see, to me, what I said, connivance of the elites, any elite in this country that loses out will just go to another side and say, look, he will start flying the ethnic kite or the religious kite, sectional kite, which is, I want the downtrodden, the masses of this country to see us as what we are, politicians. Most of us are not trustworthy. Most of us are selfish. Most of us care just for ourselves. Because whenever you are part of a system, you don't fight it. But when you lose out, instead of you to accept what God has made for you. Now, let me give you an example of my own self. The last time I was in government was in 2007. I was in the House of Reps between 2003 and 2007. I have never, ever been in government office from that time. But I had never refused to be here, channels, all over the place, spoke in defense of the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. Now I will continue to do that for the government of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. So that's how it is. But when some people lose out, when you do not have to be in government to participate, you do not have to be in government to contribute. And these guys in opposition, they are not helping the system. Because not helping the system, it's if everybody will connive to be in APC. We don't want everybody to be in APC. No. We need some people to
be good for our democracy.
Exactly. We want them to oppose us, constructive opposition, so that no matter how good our policies are, they should go against it so that the people will get better, so the people will do better. But when you find out that you are part of a government and you don't get a position and you jump to another place and start talking some things which is not good, it's not helping the democracy. So we call on the other persons in the opposition to please continue to oppose us. We're up to the task. And that's what's we're not enemies. We're not enemies of PDP. We're not enemies of SDP or any other person.
Perhaps what may have benefited President Tinubu is the weakness of the opposition, some would say.
Which is true.
You see internal rift in these opposition political parties struggling, court cases and all that. Is that what led you to the conclusion that there is no opposition, but what we are seeing, you call it
connivance
of the elites?
Yes.
So what's the difference between the elites coming together to connive, to oppose, and real opposition politics?
Well, the difference is that we, the elites in the ruling party, we are happy with what we are doing as a party. And those of us, those part of us, some of us who don't agree, now they have moved out. And they look, if an elite does not agree, why don't you oppose constructively so that we in the ruling party, I told you we were in opposition. And when we were in opposition, we agreed and stayed in opposition and opposed. Now we're in government. We are the ruling party. So we'll continue to do what is best. Well, whether there are challenges in this country, yes, there are challenges. Whether everything is going the way we want is not true. Yes, there are certain things that certainly we could have loved to be better, but then Nigeria is not an island. This country, it's part of the global community. There are challenges all over the world, the economic challenges, security challenges all over the place. And there is nothing this government is doing deliberately to hurt the people. It's just a matter of process. Of course, we will keep appealing to people to please be patient and be patient. And if in the wisdom of the people don't agree with what we are doing, when the election comes, they should do what they think is right. That's the democracy. That's how, we don't want brigandage, we want to fight or abusing things or burning down places and so on. Anybody who does not agree with us, please wait until 2027. We go to the field. If the people endorse us, I mean, agree with what we have done, they vote for us. If they don't, then they vote us out.
And there are talks of coalition.
Well, certainly not in APC.
To upturn the APC.
Oh, yes, there are.
How will you rate that move?
To me, you see, let me also say to the public, we will not just sit by and allow them to come together. We will not. We will make sure we put sand into their gari because it's part of
are you not doing that already? Because there are allegations that APC is behind the squabbles within the opposition parties.
To some extent, yes, we are. Yes, yes, we are, of course. We will not allow them to just sit by and dethrone us. No, we will not do that. We will not do that. So we'll keep putting sand inside their gari. If they're able to, take the sand, they can come and fight us. But as at now, honestly, there is no viable opposition in this country that can defeat us.
Are you being fair to the opposition? Because prior to the formation of the APC in 2013, PDP did not put sand in your gari?
Well, that's their business. That's their business. We will not, we will keep, in fact, we'll put stones, not only gari, we'll put stones, we'll make sure they don't come together because, look, we think we're doing well. We think we're doing well. But if, in the wisdom of the people, they believe we're not doing well, please let us not fight. When the election comes, they should defeat us. Simple.
So you expect them also to put stones, even rocks within your own gari, within the APC?
Of course, that's what they're doing. We know they're doing that too. But then the difference between them and us, we have something at stake. We have the government. So there are a lot of things to put us together than to disunite us. But they are running around, and when you look at some of them, you wonder, I want the people of this country to understand, I mean, like the masses down, that look, we the elites, we are one and the same. We are one and the same. We're not enemies. And then Muslims and Christians, we are one and the same. Whenever it's convenient for an elite, you will see him with like a Muslim elite and a Christian elite, they are one and the same. Elite in PDP and elite in APC are one and the same. I always give an example of Edo State. You remember back in the days when our candidate, Obaseki, who was our candidate.
When he was in APC.
When he was in APC. What I'm saying, he defeated, what's the name, this pastor?
Ize Iyamu.
Now, we the elites also, look at how we dribbled the people. The Ize Iyamu, whom we said all sorts of things against him and against the PDP, we took him over to our place. Now, our own governor, Obaseki, left for the PDP, and he defeated us. So this is what I want the people to understand, that look, at the elite level, we are one and the same. So please, the people of this country, downtrodden, you should not fight your brother because he's a Muslim or because he's a Christian, either because he's a Fulani or because he's an Igbo man. Because at our own level, we don't fight. We don't insult each other. We don't kill. We don't maim
At the elite level?
At the elite level. So I want down the ladder to also understand that, look, don't kill yourselves over these elite issues. Because most of these fights, they are elites fight. Simple. Once you lose out, then you start saying that, look, the northern, like some of the northern, my brothers in the north now, all of a sudden now, Tinubu is a tribalist. Tinubu does not like the northerners. Tinubu does not like Muslims. These are the same people who campaign for Muslim in this country. And then some of them are now saying now, all of a sudden, remembering that, look, Tinubu, we will not go for Tinubu again because we don't want to Muslim again. These kind of things. So it's elitist thing. And I hope the people understand.
And are they the ones raising this issue of the North is dissatisfied with Tinubu, Tinubu has lost the North and all that?
Well, when you say Tinubu has lost the North, I really don't understand what you're talking about. Because how has he lost the North? If former President Muhammadu Buhari is the rallying point in the North, and you cannot ignore him and his influence. If those in the opposition are running to Photoshop with him, to smile and laugh with him, who is 100% Bola Tinubu's person? So what are you talking about? Which North are you talking about again? Are you telling me, can anybody say Buhari does not matter in the North? You know he matters. So if you run to Buhari, you are just running to Bola Tinubu. Simple, that's it.
Quite interesting. So you think the president will still make incursions and hold his ground in the North because 67% of his votes in 2023 came from the North?
The same people in the North are still around. They have not left. Few people have left, yes. And in democracy, yes, you do not want anybody to go. But then what do you do when the person leaves? If the person leaves, then you come up with strategies to make sure you fill the gap. That's exactly what we are trying to do now. So, we don't begrudge them. It's a free society, and politics is a matter also of interest. If you think your interest is not with President Bola Tinubu, go. But we will not make you leave. You will not stay in peace too, politically. No. We will go after each and every one of them politically to make sure they don't rear their heads. And we're in politics. I mean, we're there. I mean, we are friends with all of them. And so we're not enemies, we are family, and so on. But politically speaking, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is entrenched in the North. I'm a Fulani man, a herdsman, and I'm speaking for Bola Tinubu. And we will fight for Bola Tinubu until death do us part politically. Simple. And we are the Northern. So let's see any Northerner who's talking about.
So some have said perhaps what is driving this is there's 4 years to go. Why don't you wait for that 4 years and take the power back to the North?
What do you mean?
That is better to stay with Tinubu for another 4 years than probably support another Southerner who may want to go for a full stretch of it.
I honestly...
You've heard about that?
No, of course, but I honestly hate to hear about North and South. Honestly, personally. At the personal level, look at my badge. You can never see me without this.
The Nigerian...
I believe in my country.
Badge, yeah.
I believe in this country. So, and President Buhari was a president in this country. Can the Muslims in the North or in this country say, look, we were better when Buhari was there? Or can the Christians in this country say they were better when Jonathan was there? So this thing has got nothing to do with tribe or religion, where you come from. Let's believe in our country. Let's believe that, look, let a leader, may God continue to give us a leader, or may God touch the heart of President Tinubu, that every Nigerian will see him as a true leader of Nigeria, not a sectional leader.
Yeah, that's the issue now.
Yeah.
A lot of people are raising at his appointments and saying they are clearly sectional. There has not been patriotic and Nigerian in conduct.
Well, it's also subjective. You see, unfortunately for this country, these kind of allegations also came up when Buhari was in government, and also, unfortunately, you cannot work with people you don't know. And when some people spoke about, like, most of the economy, position are in the hands of the Southerners, remember during President Buhari's era, when most of the security guys were from Northeast. And when he was asked, he said, look, we have challenges in that part of the country. Let me bring someone that will not know the issues there. So let me bring somebody who knows it. And in this country also, you cannot ignore the economic powerhouse of the southwestern part of this country.
And
you cannot.
What Buhari did he bring the solution?
No, it didn't.
So
that
idea may not be the ideal, considering the federal character principle. These are opinion and wishes of a president. And we have a constitution that put in place the federal character and said everybody must adhere to it.
Just like if you had the defense of, I don't speak on behalf of government, but those...
Clearly.
Yeah, what they said was that, look, there are 7,000 appointments. These are probably just about 1,000. So why don't you wait and see what happens? And I call on the people to, let's exercise some patience. I will be one of the people to come and say things against the government if these things have not changed. But we should please exercise patience.
Yes.
Allow them to fill all the dots.
Good, but the counter-argument has been that the juicy ones concerning the economy, those with the fat budgets, have been given out to kit and kin.
That's also subjective. Because look, if you're put in Ministry of Social Development, you know, an office is not just the office, but the person. You can go and turn around the place and make it work. And to me, honestly, that's what I want us as Nigerians to run away from. Once we start looking at this thing from tribal or religious or ethnic, then there will be a problem. Anybody who comes. Now, when Jonathan was there, the same argument was put. Buhari, same argument. Tinubu. So when can we as a people decide to even give the person the benefit of doubt? Even if the person goes wrong, to have appointed everybody from his section, why don't we give him the benefit of doubt and probably ask some people to also go to court, get interpretation and so on. And then if election comes, let it be one of the things to be used against the person. But as I said, the government came out and said, look, please exercise patience. It will be filled. But when people start talking the way you're saying, juicy, now that is subjective also.
No, is it? Because if you take a look at the budget, those revenue-generating agencies, the agencies that generate the big money.
And so what?
FIRS?
Well, listen. So does that mean FIRS, all the money generated will go to the chairman of FIRS? What does it mean? Or does that mean anything that CBN makes will go to Cardoso? So let's look at it from that. And there are checks and balances also. So whoever you put anywhere, and anybody, if he does anything wrong, he should be going after.
So what you're saying in certainty is that the North is still with President Bola Tinubu and that those saying otherwise are in the minority?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But of course there are dissenting voices. There are dissenting voices even in the Southwest. There are dissenting voices against Tinubu. So it's all over. There are dissenting voices, which is normal in democracy. But what I'm telling you, I'm telling them that we'll keep putting sand inside their gari. We'll not allow them to rear their heads. We'll make sure they don't be a cog in the wheel of our progress.
As long as you're doing it legitimately and without violation of laws and all that. That's the caveat.
Yeah, that's true. Just like there's one thing that the NBC did, which I am not with, I'm not happy.
The ban on
absolutely.
Idris Abdul.